Hello YouTube, this is Eddie again, bringing you another video. What I wanted to talk about this time was what the ownership of this motorcycle has been for the last 12,000 miles. Now, I bought this motorcycle new from the dealership, so I've been the only owner, and I want to share with you the pros and cons of what I think the Suzuki GSX brings to you. So first and foremost, this is a front view. One of the first things that I added was I believe it's a Puig windshield. Now, I had to find the windshield under the Suzuki GSX 750, which is a motorcycle that has been available across the seas over there in Europe and in Asia, I believe, Philippines, and all the other places except the United States. So to find that windshield, you have to look for it under the GSX 750. If it's the American version, Suzuki GSX S750. Now, another thing that I've added is a GV rack with a GV mono key to install any GV mono key top case, and I'll show a picture of what it looks like with the top case, but this is what it looks like. Now, I change the oil religiously every 2,500 miles. Don't really follow the recommended 3,500 mile oil change intervals. The reason I do that is because I use the Shell Rotella 1040, and I think it's just so inexpensive to change every 2,000 miles. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and so forth is how I change the oil. And of course, the filter on it, I just skip one. Where is it? There it is. I just skip one oil change, and then I do the AB pattern. So it's one off, one on, one on, one off, and it's been okay. So as far as owning the motorcycle, as you can see, it's pretty much a kind of like a sports bike feel. The big plus to this motorcycle is that handlebar, and that handlebar gives you a little bit of comfort, still retaining a little bit of a sports bike tune, I guess, or feel, which is great to travel to the Texas hill country area and ride around the twisties and the canyons and so forth. I do travel a lot on this motorcycle. I do have a top case and some Kriega gear that I like to pack up, and I do a lot of camping. And there's a couple of videos on my channel if you want to kind of see a setup on there. Pros. Very fast. Has a lot of power out on the highway. Plenty of passing power. I can zoom in and out of traffic fairly easy. The handlebars, as I mentioned, give you some comfort. Now, along with that new top case and the Kriega bag and that little windshield, I'm able to use the motorcycle for, I guess you could say, an elevated sport touring feel. Now, cons. Let me move right into the cons. This motorcycle came with a 180 tire, and it was a soft compound, so the tire itself is meant to be used more on the track. I just completely destroyed that tire. It only gave me about 5,500 miles or so. So what I did is I put a sport touring tire, came down to a 160 in size, and that's what it looks like. If I would have never have told you, you would have never have guessed. So this tire I already put in, and I think it's the Continental Motion Pro, I believe. There it is, if it could focus. And so far, I zeroed the odometer so I can keep track of the mileage I get, because I do plan on buying another set once I destroy these. So right there is about 7,500 miles on that rear tire. Looks pretty good. The other thing that I do religiously is the chain maintenance. Every 500 miles, I put it on the rear stand, clean it with some kerosene, comes out really clean, and oil it up, And that's it, pretty much it. So if I had to rate this motorcycle on a 1 to 10 scale, it's a definite 10 in the sport touring section. Comfort, I would rate it maybe a 7, maybe a 6. Yeah, there's just, you cannot compare them to a touring motorcycle. But other than that, it has given me no problems. It starts right up. It looks pretty mean. I love the way it looks. Future plans on the GSX. GV has these little, I guess you could say, side racks that are for some hard saddlebags. I don't like the hard bags, but I plan to buy those side racks and use the Kriega soft bags on it, and it may look a little bit more of a sport touring. And I'll put a picture of what I've discovered or what I've seen on the internet and what it may or may not look like. But again, 12,000 miles on it. Change the oil every 2,000 miles. It's given me no problems. One last thing, it's still the original clutch. The only thing I had to do was I had to bring out the cable adjustment on there a little bit, but I think I can push it all the way maybe to 15, maybe 16, 17,000 miles before I feel I have to replace the clutch. Now I'm a 45-year-old guy. I have no business doing any wheelies or any kind of stunts. As I like to tell my friends, I'm already out of warranty, and if I were to fall or have an accident, I don't think I would recover. So I just ride it for its intended purpose, just like a spirited type of feel. But I hope you liked the video. 12,000 miles, still looks fairly new. I've dropped it a couple of times, left and right, no big deal. A couple of scratches here and there, but overall, I'm very happy with the motorcycle, and seat height works on me great. I'm about 5'5.5", and I can ride it fairly well. So anyways, that would be my initial 12,000 mile review on my GSX S750. Thank you for watching.